Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, and my name is Muhammad Sharifuddin Ismail, and today I will present about the individual assignments in Audit 2, which is answering the question A, B, and C. For A, the question is identify two ethical dilemma and their safeguards to those principles in these situations. For my ethical dilemma is either to accept the Director of Finance interpretation of accounting policy or during the qualifying audit opinions. This refers to Section 110 Fundamental Principles, Subsection 111 Integrity Point 1A1, which is involve fair dealing, truthfulness, and having the strength of character to act appropriately. In this case, the Director of Finance threatened to terminate the contract, also trying to influence their judgments by claiming that her view is legit. Also, the auditor are responsible for these manipulations. For the safeguard is, the auditor must not be afraid, but by using the accounting standards and audit evidence, they can counter it. For the second dilemma is whether to report the Director of Finance illegal adjustment and manipulation of the accounting records for the past 7 years. This is related to the same section, but in subsections 115 personal behavior in AC, which is the auditor to comply with relevant news and regulations and avoid any conduct that accountants know or should might discredit the professions. In this case, the Director of Finance has committed fraud and not following the legit interpretations of accounting standard policies. For the safeguards is the auditor has a legal and professional duty to report it to the appropriate authorities. For the B, describe 3 traits of independence and how Ali and Sultan Co can protect traits to the editor. For this question, it's related to under sections 921 Family and Personal Relationship General 921.3 A1, which is, I would say, is self-interest, familiarity, or intimidation threats. For the first one, self-interest threats, under section 120 Conceptual Framework, identify threats 120.6 A3A, which is said that the interest will appropriately influence a professional accountant judgment or behavior. Other threats. In this case, Ali and Co. is influenced by the Director of Finance to terminate their contract, that which also could affect their names and credibility. To protect the independence, Ali, Sultan and Co. should not compromise their professional judgment in following the auditing standard and ethical principles. Thus, they should also communicate the issue to the audit committee and the board director of the hospital and seek their support to resolve this agreement. For the second is family threats. The same sections but in 120.6A3 in D, which is said that threats that due to long close relationship with the clients. In this case, the Ali Sultan and Co. developed a familiarity to the Director of Finance over the 7 years of audit engagements. This could impair the objectivity of professional skepticism. To protect their independence, Ali Sultan and Co. should rotate the audit partner and supervised by dividend, independent, and qualified personnel. For intimidation threats, further 3 is intimidation threats, which is same conceptual framework, but in E. It said that professional accountant will deter from acting objectivity because of actual or perceived pressures. In this case, the Director of Finance intimidating Ali Sultan, also threatening to reveal the purported complicity of falsification of illegitimate interpretation of accounting policies. Also, threatened to credibility and good name of Ali Sultan and Co. Ali Sultan should not hesitate to use intimidation and maintain their audit opinion to safeguard their independence. Along the recording of the proof and manipulations, they ought to report the Director of Finance threats to their recommendations at appropriate authorities. For C is how we discuss Sultan to defend themselves from the hospital due to auditor fault. From my perspective, in legal actions, it's likely Ali Sultan is successfully defending against the hospital claims because of contributory negligence. In this case, we know that hospitals doing the illegitimate interpretation of accounting policies and manipulation of accounting records. We can use this to manipulate the defense against themselves. Other than that, there's no proof the auditor colluded with the decisions from Director of Finance. In this case, refer to privity of contract, which is common law, provide a contract cannot confer rights to or impose obligation upon anyone who is party to that contract. This is under the Anson's law of contracts, which means the auditor does not directly involve in any judgments of the hospital accounts. Just like before, they manipulate the liability to increase their profits. Based on this situation, the auditor act with due care and professional skepticism. Thus, it will strengthen the chance of winning in this case. Well, that's all for me. I'm sorry that I have 2 minutes more, but that's all for me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.